feel good as fuck. I just got a fucking bomb ass massage. That shit was awesome. Holy moly. Like, after doing kickboxing 3 times a week, holy fuck. It's needed to get a fucking massage. $50. 50 fucking bucks at this place. It's a little like in the cut. Like these ladies, like you're naked. They like go to town on you. That shit feels amazing. So yeah, definitely like once a month kind of deal. I mean, if you shit, go more than that if you can, but that's all I can do right now. So this is about anger. I've always struggled with anger. And it's not like I'm an angry person. It's like I have a temper and it turns into anger, it turns into frustration and complicates situations, ruins things, and you just don't want to be reacting with anger. You just don't. You just want to eliminate that. So, this is something that we learned and it's taught in many different ways, but I'm going to just say that bottling your anger and acting out your anger are both wrong. They say that you should just stay with your anger, acknowledge that you're angry, but you really can't live like a healthy life being an angry person. So you gotta acknowledge it and you gotta accept that shit and you gotta stop that shit. Because, like, if you're that person that they're like, oh, she's gonna cause problems, like, she's fucking angry, or, you know, this is gonna happen when she gets angry, like, she's crazy, like, you just don't want that reputation on yourself. So you have to take deep breaths, you have to realize, okay, I'm gonna breathe instead of react. I'm gonna chill the fuck out, walk away, whatever you gotta do, but you will learn over time, like, ways that help you. But this is just like a couple little notes that I've taken, so maybe some of this stuff will help. But a big thing is, like, when you're angry, you're not in the moment. You're thinking about the future, or you're thinking about the past, and you're all fucking pissed off about it. And, like, you just gotta come back to the moment and be aware of your surroundings and how you're acting, and kind of just take a deep breath and be present and literally do nothing. Nothing. When you're in the moment and when you're present, that's what they consider mindfulness, and you're aware. So you're just collecting whatever is happening. You're trying to eliminate that anger, and you're like aware that you're fuming, and it comes and it goes. Like, it does. It's not going to be forever. You're not going to be this pissed off person forever. You're going to be fucking angry. And if you act on it, you're teaching yourself the next time you get mad to act on it. And it's going to just keep rippling effect. So in the situation is when it really matters. Like, in that moment when you're pissed off and you're like, I'm going to fucking throw this notebook at you. Or I could just hold on to it, squeeze it, breathe, calm down. Do that. But and the more you do that, the easier it will be next time you're angry. You'll be like, fuck, that was so much better when I just chilled. And it's just going to come easier and easier, and you're going to slowly be able to collect yourself quicker. And you're going to have less moments and less embarrassing moments, less times when you're like, fuck, I should have never did that. Should have never freaked out like that. Because everybody knows after you freak out, you're usually going to regret it. Or you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed, but it is what it is. That's not who you are, but those are the things you've done, so you're going to feel some type of guilt. But, it comes and it goes, so try to eliminate it by being conscious of it and chilling yourself out, which whatever that has to do. But you have to embrace it, and they say that you have to let your anger be. You can't, like, block it out and be like, oh, like, I'm not mad. Like, you're fucking pissed, You're fucking angry and you're acting out, but don't jump on that crazy train. That's what my therapist told me one time. It's like, here it comes. You could either jump on it and keep riding with it and be fucking angry all day and in this moment, or you could just, okay, wow, there it goes. It's coming by. I'm going to fucking let it go, and I'm just going to sit here and do nothing. And it will pass. And if you're angry all the time, you're probably not working out as much. You're probably not happy with yourself. You're probably not as aware. You're probably eating really shitty food. You're probably watching TV all the time. You're probably not engaging yourself in things, and you're probably just not being your best self. So work on some of those things because that will help. And that is what I love. I love when I have a good meal, I get a good workout in, I'm around people that lift me up rather than fucking irritate me. I don't put myself in situations where I'm like, that's gonna piss me off, or that person's there, so it's probably not gonna end well. So you have to be aware and conscious of these things, but embrace it. But at the same time, don't act on it. So just let it resonate, as some people say, let that shit marinate, but don't fucking ruin shit because of your anger. And it will happen, and you could get yourself in some serious trouble, and it's just not good. Like, nobody wants to be around someone who's just flipping out all the time. Fucking, you can't predict that shit. They're just fucking yelling. So, and who knows, it could be worse, fighting people and throwing things, and it's just not cute. Like, just don't, like, just work on it. And it's a process, and it's going to take time. And that's what I'm learning. And that's what I'm doing, because I want to be someone who's chill, not someone who's like, oh my God, they're going to get fucking see red and you're just going to be embarrassed to be with that person. Like, no, like, I don't want that. I don't want to be an angry person. I don't want to be a physical person. I don't want to be an aggressive person. We all have anger in us, and it could be good sometimes, You could use it to your advantage, but just work on it. Go for nature walks, dance, little things, they help. Just start seeing red and you'll black out, and you're just this person who doesn't know themselves and has no control over their emotions, and they're just reacting, and it's just gonna spiral. It's just not cool. We all know how it is when you're angry and you like look back and you're like, fuck, I could have just really chilled and like took a deep breath and went for a walk and hung my phone up or turned it off, or left the scene and not been in trouble. So just do those things before you regret more and more and turn into an angry and miserable person. You just don't want that. Like, you just want the opposite of that. So let's work on that, become aware, and shit will be good. Also, this is interesting too. Like, after you have those moments, you have to review. You can't just be in denial and be like, oh, that sucks. Like, that's who I am. That's whatever. Take it or leave it. Like, that's immature. You have to be mature, and you have to review kind of like the situation. Say, like, why the fuck did that happen? Like, why was I so angry? How did that get there? Like, I was in such a good mood. Why did I spiral? Why did I flip the fuck out on that person? Why did I punch my boyfriend? Like, you need to realize why you did it, what happened, reevaluate it. You're probably in the wrong. Accept that shit. Apologize. Those who love you will forgive you, and they will understand that's not really you. You're just struggling with, this part of you. So a lot of people like when you're like, listen, like, I did fuck up. I should have done this better. I didn't have to freak out and throw a water bottle at you. Next time when that feeling comes up, I'll take a deep breath. I'll walk away. But, and if somebody did something that fucking was wrong, tell them. But at the same time, I don't like when people do that. I shouldn't have reacted that way, but that's fucked up too, Sometimes, there's two to every story, and sometimes people do deserve to get fucking yelled at and, their ass beat. But you gotta review it, and in reality, it's usually you, and reevaluate the situation. That's what I was gonna say. Oh, this is deep. They say that if you're angry, you gotta think of someone who's dead, because it will diffuse your anger. Like, if you think of something like terrible, you're just gonna be like, oh shit, like, or something so deep, you're gonna be like, wow, why am I even fucking mad again? Like, think of something. They say think of someone that's dead, because it will diffuse your anger. Really interesting. But and then there's another thing you can do. It's called the view from above. So you have to like picture yourself down below, like your physical form, and you're above. So what do you look like? What are you doing? Like, why is that happening? Like, why are you so angry? How dumb do you look right now, freaking out? calm the fuck down. That's why when there's a fight and people are like, calm down, you guys look retarded. It's like, because they don't know what they look like. They're just in the moment acting. Like, we all been there. At least I've been there. And I'm just freaking out. I'm like, afterwards, wow, I probably looked really stupid. So, yeah, your problems really aren't that big. So, you have to look at it from a different view. And it's, fuck, battery died. But anyway, another thing is jumping in a cold shower. That also stops anger. That fucking cold water does wonders. But what you see and what you watch, that also affects your anger. If you're watching like crazy movies or maybe something that triggers you, maybe you got cheated on, you're watching a show about that, and then you turn to your boyfriend, you're like, what the fuck? And you start getting angry. Like, you need to be aware of these things, and maturity comes into play, and you need to realize, okay, maybe you shouldn't watch those things with that person because you're going to get triggered and it has nothing to do with them, but if that's what you have to do, that's what you have to do. But you know, and then just focus on your purpose in life. Try to bring it back to what kind of message you want to give off to people. Do you want to be this crazy person? What is the purpose? So, is it really worth it? Probably, most likely, it never is. And once you know your purpose in life and what you wake up for, focus on that and take control of that and just worry about that rather than the things that bother you and the things that piss you off. Just worry about those things and take control, and worry about what's in your control, and what's not, then let it ride out. Thank you and have a nice day.